Hello everyone, we are at Perth station. There's a normal Ellenbrook Line B-Series over there, but today there's actually 3 A-Series trains on the Ellenbrook Line during peak. Absolutely crazy. One of them is a 2-car as well. There may even be 4, I don't know. Crazy. The first time I think that there's more than 1, or at least more than 2. Actually, that's another one right there, terminating train. I don't know if that's the... it might actually be the 4th one. So 4 A-Series on the Ellenbrook Line. Like what? But I did anticipate that during, before the Victoria Park shutdown started. I made a little video on the Vic Park Shuttle talking about how they should make A-Series run the Ellenbrook Line, but this is not actually... Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are at Victoria Park train station today on this Friday afternoon, 2 minutes 9 minutes as the terminus of the current short Armadale line. And this is actually something that we're never going to see again, because upon the end of the Victoria Park line shutdown, which is starting tomorrow, so today is the last day of them operating for 2 weeks, the frequency will be reduced to every 10 minutes. After all this time of it running every 7 or 8 minutes, it's now going to be 10 minutes, which will allow for test trains on the TCL to run through here as well, probably, especially when they do fault-free running. And also, because of the shortage of trains. So, I don't think we're ever going to see 2 trains on the platform at Victoria Park in service when it's the terminus anymore like this. That train just arrived. So this is something we're not going to see again after all this time, well over a year. We're going to get on this one now. Completely empty as usual. I think this is going to be quite a weird little collection of videos for today. Into this one video on this Friday afternoon, there's quite a few things to talk about. Driver training on the Victoria Park line will be starting 17th of March. I mean, Thornleigh line. So, as I said, timetable will be every 10 minutes then. Which is pretty weird. I don't know how that's going to run. I'm very used to the current operations of the line. So we're back on the Vic Park Shuttle, of course. I'll actually make a proper farewell video to it just before the line opens. I'm just filming a little bit here. What's actually happened is 129, the C-Series, has been out of service for a little while. And I think a few trains broke down yesterday as well, B-Series, and the day before. So then, on the Yanchep and Mandurah Lines, they needed another A-Series, so there are 4 A-Series on the Yanchep and Mandurah Lines. And they just took one off from the Victoria Park line here, or even 2. There's actually 2 trains missing in a row on the Victoria Park line, both yesterday and the day before. So there was actually a 23-minute gap in service when it would usually be maximum 8. And there was no announcement about this. There was nothing in the transport website, and nothing as if it's a sudden disruption. Absolutely nothing, which was so bad. But that was just because they needed that extra train, I guess. So I actually wrote a complaint to the website just to see what they're going to say. I was like, why is this like this? 23 minutes is an unacceptable wait. But then just after I wrote that, I saw they released a new timetable for every 10 minutes later. So I think they'll be able to manage with only 3 trains for that, probably, which is going to be a big reduction from the current 5, and it'll allow one platform at Victoria Park to be clear for test trains to run through if they have to. So yeah, enjoy the Victoria Park line on its last day of 7-minute frequency right now. I guess I might film it for a little bit while I talk to you about other current events, because it's just really weird, and it's being shut down now for the next 2 weeks to allow for works at the stadium, which we'll actually see when we pass right now, as well as the Victoria Park connections, whatever else they have to do there. So I'm not actually going to be making a big proper video of the shutdown like I would for any other major shutdown, because even if I do call it major, it's not really. It's just this little very underutilized shuttle not operating, and there's no special bus services. It's literally just 905 again, which we filmed several times, so there's no point to making anything. I'm just recognizing that it is happening in this video. What the hell is that sign? They didn't even put, I just realized that they didn't even put the zone markers anywhere else along the line where it's closed. And also it's got Thornley like in between Beckenham and Cannington, which is also wrong, and it's not even shown as a spur. So weird. Burswood, the whole point of the shuttle. Yeah, so that's that. And also today, in the last few days, there have been so many train delays. Yanchep Mandurah Line service delays with that crash that I just filmed. There were more delays so then on Thursday on the Yanchep and Mandurah lines, and this morning the Ellenbrook, Fremantle, Midland and Airport lines got delayed, and then after that the Yanchep Mandurah and Vic Park Shuttle got delayed as well. There's another one. So bad, literally every line was delayed today. Oh my gosh, they have such a big pile of ballast there. You can see all the vehicles here getting ready. They will be working here around the stadium a lot because they're reconfiguring the tracks, making the platform 1 and 6 tracks the main through line, while the middle will then be for the terminating trains, especially with stadium direct trains coming in as part of the Thornley-Coburn link, which should be opening soon in May or June or so. Here we are at Eustace Perth Stadium. And then also another thing, today there's like 3 different B-series have been spotted on the Midland line. Like what? There haven't been B-series on the Midland line on a non-stadium event day for years now. So long. And now it's just that. It's so weird. So I kind of want to see that as well. I don't know. I don't think all 3 ran at the same time, but there are still 3 of them present during the day, which is so strange. Now, if you didn't know, they actually have been using Perth Stadium here as kind of a new depot. They put most of the Ellenbrook line trains here and store them overnight because they've run out of space in Claisebrook. But they don't want to do massive NIS runs with the B-series from Norwich or Mandurah to the Ellenbrook line. So they literally store them here overnight. But now with this closing, the Vic Park Shuttle shut down, they won't be able to do that anymore. So there's now one of 2 options for the next 2 weeks. One, they're gonna do massive NIS runs and have drivers sign on at Norwich or Mandurah instead, completely change the shifts around instead of having them stop at, get on from Claisebrook and come over here. Also, there's a sign there, just a 3-car B-series cleaning stop. So they've actually made cleaners come there as well to clean them from there, which is crazy. So there's that option to make the NIS runs, or they're gonna send way more A-series to the Ellenbrook line and just not use B-series, and they can just use A-series from, oh my, look at that pile. When did they put all these piles here? I wrote this like a week ago. There's nothing. There's so many vehicles now. They can just use A-series from Claisebrook Depot. No need to have B-series, no need to have NIS running. It'll just mean a little bit slower journeys on the Ellenbrook line, but it would be really, really cool if we actually see lots of A-series on the Ellenbrook line, not just one like we occasionally do. So that is actually a better option, but I feel like Transperth being Transperth is not going to do that, and it's just going to end up with massive NIS running. But especially with Vic Park closed, they've saved 5 4-car A-series, which could all go to the Ellenbrook line, and then you have a few spares still in here. If they're functional, that one's not, because the little 2-car at the very end of the depot probably with, oh, maybe it is. Doesn't have the yellow sticker in it, but still. So that's going to be really interesting to see. We will actually see what's going to happen tomorrow on railcar allocation. We can just check, oh, no. Monday's a public holiday. So actually on Sunday, I can check on railcar allocation and see what it is for Tuesday, if there's actually A-series in the Ellenbrook line, but I'm doubting it. But that's really a realistic thing they could have done to improve the efficiency. Anyway, enough rambling now. I'm just enjoying this train journey for once with the 7-minute frequency. Hi, Wickham service over there. Yeah, I want to see the Midland B-series. I really want to go on it. I have not been on that for ages. But if I will, that'll be the next part of the video.
Being removed. I repeat, we've got a trespasser on the train line in front of us. So unfortunately we'll be delayed here until the trespasser has been removed. Thank you.
Oh well. Look at that train. The Midland train over there started going, and then they must have radioed him. Stop, stop, stop! No, not allowed to go. And he had to quickly, abruptly. That's like emergency brake over there. Just as I said, we don't need to record, and there's nothing to see. And we have another sudden disruption. So crazy, bro. I was just talking about how many delays happened this morning. Here we go again. I mean, this is clearly not their fault. There's some idiot on the tracks again, which seems to happen all the time in between Claisebrook and Perth on the Lord Street Bridge. But really, unbelievable. More delays now to both the group over there, which is obviously the worst because there's 3 train lines on one track, and the Vic Park Shuttle yet again. Time for another round of delays with the afternoon. There's the Ellenbrook train already. It's at 86. Why is that still running? And this can't. Oh well, I guess we're just gonna keep waiting. Ah. What the hell, bro? Here I am recording another incident. Bro, what are you doing? Get off the track. And the transit officer is walking him away over the entire rail line. 5 train lines stopped because of one person. There's the Midland train waiting over there. Hopefully we can go soon now. A 15-minute delay because of that. And now everything is going to be screwed for so long again. Quite a busy Vic Park Shuttle now after such a long wait. Alright, here we are at Perth after 25 minutes of being stopped and that security getting them. There's a Fremantle line service in platform 6. This has actually been quite common recently in this week. I don't really know why. They're using platform 6 a lot. All the boards are off because of the delays. But the Midland Line B-Series is actually on platform 9 right now. Oh, there's 2 trains. 2 B-Series on platform 8 and 9. There goes that Fremantle line service. And if we go down... Oh, damn it, it just left. No! The Midland Line B-Series. No, damn it! Oh, the Midland Line B-Series. There it goes. Set 64. That's so weird. And this is probably a High Wycombe train. There's the next Vic Park train. Yep, High Wycombe. Oh well, anyway, another crazy round of delays. But it shouldn't be too bad now. And it'll just take a while to get back to schedule. And all the drivers' schedules are screwed up. There was that announcement. Passengers with Claremont platform 6. I don't know why they emphasize Claremont so much. See? They're using 6 like so commonly now. I don't know why. Since when? But that's good. That's how it should be. And they should have a designated Ellenbrook terminating platform. I'm saying it so many times. Park Shutdown started. I made a little video on the Vic Park Shuttle talking about how they should make A-Series run the Ellenbrook line, but this is not actually in the allocations, but everything got really screwed around, especially yesterday when they made all the C-Series return back to the depot because they found some sort of issue with the brake since the new door thing was implemented. So all of them are back at the depot and not in use. They did that before peak hour yesterday. Before peak hour started afternoon peak, and then today they're still not in use. So there's lots of 3 cars on the Yanchep and Mandurah lines as well. There are 5 A-Series on the Yanchep and Mandurah lines, and there are 4 A-Series on the Ellenbrook line to cover for that. Crazy. There, that one goes to Daglish. There have also been terrible delays today. Perth to Bayswater closure in the middle of the day. Oh, that's a fresh pantograph. And then yesterday there also ended up being a A-Series accidentally scheduled onto a full line service. I don't really know how did that happen. He was doing W patterns, but then it was in one of the last W patterns, which is the one that ends up at Yanchep and then continues back to Mandurah, and everything already said 4-car in it. So again there was that mistake and it said A-Series to Mandurah, and I was at Yanchep just to make sure, but I talked to that driver. Yet another potential Mandurah Line A-Series. I know, I've made so many videos on this, but seriously, it's all lining up again. It's 7 p.m. on a weekday. There's a terminating A-Series here. That's set 19 and 44, the one that recently just came in back into service. And it had the desto all wrong. It said Mandurah on it before. There's a 3-car terminating on platform 3. Meanwhile, over here, there's a Perth 4-car train meant to come in, which the next train actually is a 4-car, and this is way too late for an A-Series to be here. Normally, they'd be long gone, but today there was some crazy thing where in the middle, just before afternoon peak started, they sent all C-Series back to the depot. All. Every single one. Which was the craziest thing I've ever seen. So I don't know what happened and what the reasoning was, but all of them had to return. They all went out of service, and then they started splitting up 6-car Bs into 3 cars and sent an extra A-Series out on top of the already extra one that they have since Victoria Park closure. That means they have 5 A-Series 4-car sets on the Yanchep and Mandurah lines today. 5. And this is the final one of those, terminating at the 7 p.m. right now at Yanchep. And it's supposedly going back to Perth, and obviously that would then continue to Mandurah since it's already so late. But I'm again highly doubting it, but it actually could happen. Also, there's going to be 2 A-Series here right now at Yanchep at once, which I haven't seen before either. I'm going to talk to the driver, of course, see what's going on. There's also a really weird Coburn. Listen to that announcement. You hear that one? Yeah. There's also a really weird Coburn service which just left 4 minutes after Mandurah service right about now from Perth. So I'm wondering if they realized that something's gone wrong here, sent that train to Coburn to go back to Leaderville to then replace this one at Perth. But for now, all I know is 6:58 p.m. Perth service from Yanchep is an A-Series, most likely. Set 6. It's already blinking 1 minute, but it's so late because everything's so delayed. And set 13. I'll make sure to ask the driver if he knows what's going on. Crazy. Crazy. But this first bit's lining up. It's not just a lie that it's actually a 4-car to Perth at this time. It's actually true. And I was at Yanchep just to make sure, but I talked to that driver and then they cancelled it last minute as usual and the driver swapped out. But I have that clip as well, so I guess I'm just gonna make this some weird, strange train operations compilation video, so those clips are not all for nothing. But this is also another weird one. Midland Line B-Series, set 114 here. This was happening last week as well, last Friday. But I don't think this is on the allocations either. It's just how everything gets screwed with the delays. There ends up being a B-Series on the Midland Line while there's so many A-Series in places they normally wouldn't be. Now, I have not been on a B-Series on the Midland Line since, like, the East Perth to Perth 2023 March closure. So that is now 2 years ago. I have completely forgotten what it feels like. So crazy. I really want to take this right now, so we will. And also it's crazy now because we have obviously Ellenbrook and Airport Lines operating, and the last Ellenbrook train was a B-Series, so it should be not an A-Series. So that means it's actually 5 B-Series in a row on the Eastern lines. No A-Series for basically 30 minutes. It's crazy. Let's get on.
Perth to Midland, stopping at all stations.
Here we are now. I'm gonna hear the Bayswater, then all stations to Midland, but it's probably the same as the A-Series, so it's still not gonna say Ellenbrook. But if it does, that'd be really cool, but I think it's the same.
Bayswater, then all stations to Midland. Change at Bayswater for Airport Line services.
Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna fix that. It's been 3 months. Tomorrow is 3 months. Still not fixed. But I guess they will eventually. Probably when they add the Thorney Coburn link announcements to the trains as well.
This is Bayswater. Change here for airport line services.
And there's another one of the A-Series. That's a 4-car on the Ellenbrook line. Okay, here we go. Midland Line B-Series. You're gonna feel so weird. Like up to there, it's obviously completely normal. It's like more common, the more common type of train, Perth to Bayswater. But then after this, as soon as you pass the Upper Line Tunnel, it feels really weird. It's kind of hard to film on a full train. Oh, it feels so weird. I don't know why. I'm so not used to it. I know before the Upper Line opened, there was like 1 or 2 B-Series scheduled on the Midland Fremantle line every day, like as part of the allocations. So I actually used to take that quite often, but that's 2022, 2025 now, so it's really been a while since this was normal.
Please refrain from consuming food and drink on the train. Your consideration for fellow passengers is appreciated.
So they have the refrain food and drink at both Morley and Ashfield, both the first station after Bayswater, but they don't have it at Redcliffe. Like what? Well, then that would really be a long announcement because it's already got the Alight with it as well. Feels like... Nah, I don't know, I just feel so different. Parking here is paid now again, ever since like Ellenbrook line opened and Bayswater car park got opened as well, a small section of it. There we are. Got some typical passengers outside. Okay. Let's keep going. Actually, in my Ashfield Station video, the second video ever on the channel, there was a B-Series in it. I really wonder how much Bassendean's patronage has dropped since the Ellenbrook line opened. Probably really significantly, because it's like the main station people came to, both by car and bus. And the Midland line as a whole, and then in fact the patronage dropped. So even though today we only have 2 train types operating on the whole network again like we used to have well over a year ago. I mean, there's been a few other days where that's happened, like Christmas. There was literally the whole network. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Christmas was another event where B-Series were actually full day operating on Midland line, but it was obviously 30-minute frequency, so didn't really get that many. But still, full day operating on the Midland line and the Fremantle line. The only place where there was an A-Series was on the Vic Park Shuttle, which was also 30-minute frequency compared to the usual 7.
This is Bassendean.
So 4 times less frequency, and there was literally 1 A-Series operating on Christmas Day. That was it. But yeah, that was another day when we only had 2 train types operating. And today, same thing, but despite that, there's so many weird allocations, like the excess of the A-Series on the Yanchep Mandurah Lines and on the Ellenbrook Line. So I guess you could say freeway lines as a whole, because Ellenbrook Line does act like a freeway line for that part of it, and this B-Series over here. And 2 NHs, what the? 1571 on the 357 and 1332 on the 355. So weird. Here we go, this is an even weirder section to have the B-Series on. Success Hill just feels so obscure.
Next station, Success Hill.
Oh yeah, I forgot Success Hill got the bricks now. Same with the outer Mandurah Line stations. When it reopens, like Sherwood, Chalice. No, Sherwood already had them, but Chalice already
This
got.
is Success Hill.
Never mind. Seaforth and
Doors closing.
yeah, I guess only Seaforth. Seaforth got replaced. 1 passenger using Success Hill. Crazy. The whole train stops for 1 person. You don't see that on like any. I imagine saying that on the Yanchep line, that the whole train's gonna stop for 1. I mean, I guess that happens at like Eglinton. Yeah. Okay, then on the Mandurah line, you never would stop the whole train for 1 person. I mean, in peak at least. Here we go over the bridge. Swan River.
Next station, Guildford.
Very cool. Last time I was in Guildford, it was at 3 a.m. watching the C-Series transfer. Well, I thought it was supposed to be the transfer of 135 out of Bellevue, but in the end 129 actually had faults, and it was instead a reverse transfer back into Bellevue of 129. But I still got to see the C-Series coming through here being pulled at the ridiculous time though. I guess I'll post that eventually as well. But since then 135 and 136 have both been delivered already, but now obviously not in use.
Doors closing.
These series through the level crossings, it's pretty rare nowadays. Actually, yeah, literally the only level crossings that have been active on the network since the Mandurah Line shutdown have been on the Outer Midland and Fremantle lines, which is only like what? 1,
Next station, East Guildford.
2, 3, 4. There's a few down here, some tiny ones on the Midland line, but like 3 on the Fremantle line. So really barely any, less than 10. Take that, Melbourne. They're doing so many level crossing removal projects, yet they still have like hundreds.
This is East Guildford. Doors closing.
Oh, sorry, that camera angle's terrible. It's not really a great way to film trying to show both the train and the outside.
Next station, Woodbridge. This is Woodbridge. Doors closing.
Honestly, can't believe the Midland line was the only line going to the east for until like 2.5 years ago. That just feels crazy now. So weird, like. And I'm not even used to the Ellenbrook not existing anymore. Anytime I see a map with only the airport line, it feels like such a major part is missing because Ellenbrook line serves so much up to the north as well, which previously wasn't served. Is, I think, like the weirdest level crossing on the Metropolitan network is
Next
probably
station, Midland, where this service terminates.
not this one. Oh, the one before. I already missed. Is it the one? Yeah. The one before this is really weird. It's such like a local road. Definitely go film there before they do anything to it, but that's probably still a while. First, they need to even get the new Midland station ready. And just as we arrive, A-Series leaving over there. Now, of course, we can get a unique shot this time, which we weren't able to get before, because we can go into the car park and see from up there with the B-Series, and also, since it's not filling the whole platform, from the back of the train.
This is Midland Station. This service terminates here.
Only 3 minutes turnaround. Damn. I might not even be able to get to the car park then. I mean, I'll run right now, but I just want to get the shot from here as well. It's so weird, 3 minutes behind that A-Series that just left. B-Series. No, during that East Perth closure, another NH on the 301, 12:31. During that East Perth closure, there was 2 B series here at the time. This is the time I remember the most, when everything was B and there was 2. It was so cool. That was such a nice shot. So I'm gonna link to that video if you want to see the real surplus of B series over here. Let's just rush up to the car park now. Got that shot there as well. Oh, just on time, just on time. There we go. I got the shot. I got the picture of it up here. Really nice spot. Bye bye. So close behind the other A-Series. Really nice with the freight train there too. Anyway, I've already filmed this car park. There's a whole video for it, so you can go watch that. Thanks for watching this video. I know it's probably been quite a long-winded one, but I had quite a few weird train clips and I don't want to have all that filmed and then not put it anywhere, so might as well make a video. I know it's gonna get watched. It's always interesting when weird things happen with the trains.
Doors opening. Ground floor.
So that'll be it for this. Thank you, bye.